Good morning, seventh graders. I am Miss Ito, and today I'm going to do some activities with you. Now that you have watched the study sync video on sentence structure, we are going to learn a little bit more about subjects and predicates. So first, I want you to look at the screen and let's review the definition. So every sentence has two parts. It has a subject and a predicate. The subject names whom or what the sentence is about. The predicate tells what the subject does or has. It can also describe what the subject is or is like. So look here at this example that I have right here in blue. As I sat there, I tried not to think about what might happen. So let's look at this sentence carefully. Let's think first of the subject. So the subject, remember, it's going to tell us who the sentence is about. As I sat there, I tried not to think about what might happen. This sentence mentions I, and I think the sentence is about I. So the subject is, as I sat there, I. Okay, so now let's figure out what the predicate is. The predicate, remember, it tries to tell us what the subject is doing. The subject is as I sat there, I. So what was I doing? I tried not to think about what might happen. So the predicate is tried not to think about what might happen. Now let's look at the whole sentence again. As I sat there, I tried not to think about what might happen. So remember, all sentences have two parts. The subject, which is as I sat there, I, and the predicate, tried not to think about what might happen. So in a complete sentence, again, two parts. The subject tells you who or what they're talking about, and the predicate tells us what they're doing or what they're like. Okay, so I think we're ready to do some more on our own. So let's try it a different way. Let's look at this picture. This is a scene of a village in Mexico. So we're going to fill in the subjects or predicates to describe this picture. I'm going to look at the picture carefully. Look at it with me. Let's think about what we see or who we see in this picture. I see a child. I see people. I see a bicycle. I see men, women. I see a store. I see a sign. There's lots of things happening. Maybe the man is a husband or a brother. The women can be a daughter, a mother, a grandmother. Okay, let's look at and see what are they doing. I see some standing, walking, waiting, looking. All right, let's try some. So let's look at number one. I already have filled it out for you, and we're going to talk about the child. So let's look at this child right here. To me, it looked like the child walked away. So the predicate is, what did the child do? Walked away. Who are we talking about? The child. So remember, the subject is who or what you're talking about. The predicate is what did they do or what is happening. So now let's look at number two. In number two, I did not put a subject, but I put wait. Let's look at the picture. Who can be waiting in this picture? I think I'm going to pick the ladies or the mother or the woman. I think I like the woman. So I'm going to type here the woman waits. Right here, I completed it. So let's read the sentence together. The woman waits. That is a complete sentence. It has a subject and a predicate. It's a small sentence, but it still tells us who we're talking about and what are they doing. In this sentence, the woman, that's who we're talking about, so that's a subject. What is she doing? Waits. So that is a complete sentence. All right, let's go to number 3. People. Okay, all these are people. What is something they could be doing? And you're going to put it right here in predicate. Take a moment to think about it. What is something that people are doing? Well, I see people standing in line. Would you agree? Yeah, I thought so. All right, so let's put that as sentence number 3. People are standing in line. Okay, so I'm going to change this capital A because that's not a capital there. It's part of the sentence. All right, let's read the sentence now. People are standing in line. Who is the subject? Who are we talking about? People. What are they doing? Are standing in line. Okay, that makes sense. That's a complete sentence. I have the subject, people, and I have the predicate, are standing in line. Okay, let's go on to number 4, the bike. What is the bike doing? What's happening to the bike? I see it right there. What can we say about the bike? The bike is laying on the ground. The bike is empty. The bike is still. I think I'm going to say the bike is on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to put that right here. The bike is on the floor. Okay, and remember, you might need to go back and change this capital to lowercase. So now let's read the sentence. The bike is on the floor. Yes, that makes sense. So what is our subject? That's right, the bike. What's happening to the bike? It's on the floor. So my complete sentence is, the bike is on the floor. All right, I think you're ready to try some on your own. So what you're going to do is you're going to write your own subject here, the who. Who do you want to talk about? And put it right here. Then I want you to tell me, what are they doing? And put it right here under the predicate. So you're going to do 2 by yourself. You're going to have 2 subjects, anything you want. And then just tell me, what are they doing, or what is happening with the predicate. Make it a complete sentence. I know you're going to do a good job with that. Once you complete it, you have to fill all of these in. Then you can go on to the next slide. And on the next slide, you're going to do some work all by yourself. It's going to look like this. So this is your turn. So there are 4 sentences, and you're going to highlight each subject. Remember, the subject is who or what are they talking about in the sentence, and the predicate is what are they doing. You're going to do this for these 4 sentences. So for example, if I think that all of this is the predicate, then I'm going to highlight that blue. That means that the rest would be the predicate and it would be green. Now, I'm not saying that's correct. I'm just giving you an example. So you're going to highlight the subject and the predicate. And I don't know which order they're in because right now I haven't read them all. So this is your job, okay? Your turn. You're going to read them by yourself, highlight it. Remember, the subject is going to be blue. The predicate, which tells you what are they doing, is going to be green. Once you're finished highlighting these 4 sentences, you got to highlight all 4. Remember the subject and the predicate. Then you are done with your grammar and you can go on to your greeting. Have a great time doing this, and I know you're going to do wonderful. See you later.